Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Appreciate you stopping by today. I'm going to talk a little bit with a story that started out with a fella leaving a comment on a recent episode of mine. It was the one called The Best and Worst Places to Meet Women, and it was geared towards the fellas. And the guy said, none of this matters though if the man doesn't initiate first. If the man doesn't approach first, if the man doesn't try and carry a conversation for the whole or for 5 minutes, and I'm paraphrasing here. And he's not wrong. So I responded, yeah. Most women, and it depends on the age and it depends on the particular woman, obviously, but many women expect men to approach them if they're not yet acquainted, is how I ended it. So while he's not wrong, that doesn't mean that women are wrong for wanting that. The man being assertive, the man making the first move, women wanting this, and the dynamics of power. If that's at all intriguing to you, I encourage you to stick around because that's the premise, and that is what's on the agenda. Not all, but many women do want to be approached by a gentleman, and I use that word on purpose. They do want the man to take the lead, and they want him to approach. Does this have to be a negative or old-fashioned or caveman-like? Can't it just be one way of doing things in a 2024 that already has so many challenges in the dating world? Let me reassure you that this is not a huge deal. Let's talk a little bit, first of all, about why this does not have to be a power struggle or a power play. Any future relationship can easily fall back into a natural back and forth flow of power and effort, as relationships all tend to do over time, where one person's taking the lead, putting in a little bit more, and then the other person has to take over, and the flip of a script happens, and somebody else is stepping up to the plate. I remember a celebrity, saying that the key to not getting divorced is both people never wanting to leave at the same time. That is the ebb and flow that I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be a permanent power situation. It's a different kind of power in a relationship, but a great example that power is not stagnant. It's not set in stone, and it's definitely not gender specific. So yeah, these days many women still want the guy to make the first move and to let her know that he's interested. This makes me think about, it's pretty similar to a recent episode I did where I recommended that fellas pay for the first date. I said, just because you pay for the first date doesn't mean she's going to expect you to pay for everything every time you go on a date for the next 2 years. Thinking about this now, in this moment, maybe this is a bit of show. Maybe this is the male gorilla pounding on his chest. But, hey, that still gets a response from the female gorillas, even in our world in 2024. I've been coaching female clients for years and years and telling them that if a guy's interested in you, you will not have to guess. You will know. He will make it clear to you that you are a priority and that he's interested. It's not a guessing game. Men make that obvious to us when they really are wanting to pursue us. I had a boyfriend that would drive an hour and 20 minutes in each direction to hang out with me for about a half an hour. Yeah, that's what guys do when they're falling for you and you're on their mind all the time. So yeah, guys, I encourage you to take the initiative. Maybe it is the unnamed 6th love language: words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and taking the initiative. If we are good partners, we know our person's love language, because even if it's not ours, we want to be able to show them and make them feel that they are loved and cared for in a way that they can receive it. There's no point ignoring someone's love language and showering them with ours, because that doesn't work for them. You can give me a gift, sure, 30 days out of the month, bring me a gift, but that means nothing to me if you're not holding my hand when we're grocery shopping. Hey guys, listen to this. Women believe that if you're not willing to put in the effort at the very start of a relationship, during the most romantic stage, in our experience, they should not expect more effort on your part later on down the road. If we're not being pursued or feeling desired in the throes of passion or the early stages of a romance, we don't believe there's a chance that this is going to suddenly kick in once we have a ring on our finger or we share our bed with you. I hear you guys. You're coming for me in the comment section. I hear you tapping on the keyboard right now. What's that you're telling me? Oh, approaching women is not safe these days. That women are going to be rude and turn you down and say that you are harassing them. Yes, I've seen that in my comments section before, and I get it. I really do. It's tough out there. But if that's the response you get from them, that is your cue to move on. She's not the one. I say, thank you, lady, for letting me know who you are. You know, these are the women who are the reason I offer a free 20-minute call before deciding to take on a new client, because if one of them show up on my call, I'm not going to be working with them. So yeah, I totally understand that you're not dating them. My take on this is, let's be grateful. You know, I'm always looking for gratitude. Let's be grateful that they showed us who they were. Let's be grateful for all the people who give away their nasty secrets early on in the getting to know them process instead of torturing us for years with their bad behavior. You know, bye. And on behalf of the rest of us, I'm really sorry that you have to deal with that, fellas. I am. That's BS. And sometimes dating sucks. Sometimes the power dynamics are in flux. I don't control this. I'm just a woman here trying to help make this better, use my experience, my insights to help you bypass as much of the BS as possible. Let's discuss the fact that mutual respect is the goal here for all of us in all our relationships. Everybody should also have boundaries in place even before they put themselves out there dating and start meeting new people. But let's not make a big deal about masculine and feminine energy, please, because if you've been around here at all, you know I hate talking about it. It's such a weird subject in 2024. But we do really have to be honest and admit that, you know, some people foster holdover attitudes and desires from the 1940s. Some people would be willing to go back to the 1950s for some of the interactions between men and women. But back here in 2024, respect, check. Boundaries, check. Kindness, check. Guys pursuing at the start, check. And paying for the first date. Maybe, if you're down for it. I hope you found that interesting or helpful. If you did, I hope that you will give the episode a thumbs up like Mom is suggesting. I always appreciate you subscribing before you leave. I'll look forward to next time. And until then, have a good one.